How's everyone doing? Today's project is this Toro CCR 3650 single stage snowblower. Problem that we have with it, as you could probably see, which is very common on these Toros, is the primer bulb is tore up. So in today's video we'll show you how to replace the primer bulb on one of these Toro snowblowers. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is I flipped it over on its side in its sort of service position. We're going to put the choke lever in the center position. I'm going to remove these two 5/16 or 8mm bolts. Try and take this panel off here. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is on the top side here on this front panel, I'm going to take off the key. And I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3 more 5/16 bolts. Alright, so I've loosened that off. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull out the cord. Give me some slack here. And then that should give us a little bit more access to our primer bulb that is disintegrated. Okay, so the next step I have to do is up and underneath here, right there is where your primer bulb is. Okay, so these little two white clips are what hold the primer bulb in from the bottom side. So what we need to do is actually push on those clips and then pry up on the top side here with the screwdriver up and underneath here, while we're pushing on those two little clips to try and get this white base of the primer bulb out. The primer line that comes from the carburetor has to be taken off before you can get that primer base out. So I'm going to get up and underneath here. I'm going to kind of pinch those clips together and then sort of pry up on this bulb. So I got the one clip out on the front side. Now I just got to get the one on the back side as well. And you want to be very delicate with this because you don't want to break this base off those clips, because the primer bulbs unfortunately come just the rubber piece. You got to save this clip. So you don't want to break this off if you can help it. Otherwise you're going to cost yourself some more money. So I have the back clip out now. And there we go. So a bit of a pain in the butt. It does take a little bit of patience, but you have to try and get this thing off without breaking off these little clips. Okay? Alright guys, so I got you up on the bench here now. What we need is a replacement primer bulb. So this is a Sten's aftermarket part, but that's to replace a Toro 667460. And it's just a cheap rubber plasticky bulb. So this is going to be hard to get over top of this just because it doesn't stretch all that well. So you could probably use a heat gun or a hair dryer or something, but what I have here is just some hot tap water. I got this tip from Toro, and all you gotta do is throw that in there and let that kind of soften up a little bit. While that's doing that, I'll just kind of clean this up, all the gunk and stuff on the inside. Another thing you guys are going to want to do is just make sure that the hole down the primer bulb base is actually clear. You can see in mine I got a little bit of gunk in there, so I'm just going to clean that out, a little bit of compressed air, and make sure that's nice and clean. Alright, so now it's been soaking for a couple minutes, and it's a little bit more pliable. Still not the easiest thing to work with. Might need to get yourself a little screwdriver. There we go. So now she's on. You should be able to feel some air coming out of there. I just got to put her back on the machine, guys. Alright, so to put it back on, it's pretty much just the reverse. And these clips should just sit into place. There we go. That's good. Now I'm going to hook up the primer line on the bottom side. Alright, now we can start putting it all back together. Alright. Next thing I gotta do is put my cover on here, put my other two bolts in. There you have it, guys. Just that easy. And you know, for $5 for a primer bulb and about 10 or 15 minutes of your time, you can go ahead and replace this by yourself and save yourself the repair bill. So hopefully this helped, guys, and if it did, if you like the content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button. It really helps me out on the channel. And until next time, take care.